This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal. Today is Thursday, November 6, 2025. Sorry for the hoarse voice today. The title of this rant is The Conspiracy to Hide Trump's Involvement in the Epstein Files Escalates. Escalates BIGLY. So, and of course, the election from Tuesday night is a big factor in all of this. But let's remember that when they raided Jeffrey Epstein's place, New York, Miami, and some island in the Caribbean, I guess, they got gobs of information, understanding maybe even terabytes of information. Pictures, he had cameras in all the bedrooms, in all of the places. He had safes, he had all kinds of stuff. And remember, he had correspondence also, so stuff that the FBI found out about included emails, bank transactions, flight logs, that type of stuff. So they had all kinds of stuff on Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, a very small amount of that has gotten through yet. And, of course, Trump's involvement is part of that whole thing. Now, what the women who came forward and said that they were abused by men who were in cahoots with Epstein have indicated there are approximately 20 men or so. And so that has been the thrust by the Republicans, is to get all of these people out because they think a lot of Democrats are in it. You know, if they are, that's, put them in jail, right? Now, what came out recently is that several House members have indicated that they have heard from the Justice Department, which means that some people at the Justice Department have leaked information to the Republican House members, because the Republican House members are getting awfully giddy about, not giddy, but basically they're really concerned about how this is going to come back and hit them in the 2026 elections. So anonymous sources, which means that, yes, there are places within the Department of Justice where true patriots still live and are willing to talk about the incredible amount of, let's just say, lawlessness being conducted by Phan and her, let's just say, inner circle, and the same thing with Kash Patel at the FBI. And what they're indicating, that from the leaked not leaked, but from sources from the DOJ tell the people in the House that Trump is in a lot of compromising, that the files are especially compromising to him. So I'm not saying he's in a compromising position, but they're also awfully compromising for him. This doesn't look good at all. Now, this conspiracy to withhold all this information, because like I said, it's all there from Congress and the American people. This is what I'm just going to say. This is what they're withholding is basically Trump's debauchery. That's what I shouldn't laugh about that, but I mean that is how bad that it is, and. I would say, if he has no involvement and he has no involvement, you would think he'd want to release the files right away. And the reason he wouldn't want to release the files is because there is involvement on his part. Now, the discharge petition, it will happen at some point. Mike Johnson is trying to hold it up incredibly, but it will happen at some point. Now, a lot of Republicans, they're not going to sign the discharge petition, but they've also let it be known that possibly as many as 100 of them would actually vote to release the files. Ooh. So that is showing they have to distance themselves from Trump. They are willing to take the hit from Trump between now and election because they know they have to distance themselves from him. And, there was one other thing that came out. It said, too bad that Epstein died by suicide before he found out that it was all a hoax. So that's not good. But this is getting worse and worse. It's getting worse for Trump. And let's just put it sometime. The files will be released. And more will be revealed. And the conspiracy of the Department of Justice, the FBI, and I'm talking about the inner circle of Bondi and Kash Patel, is that, guess what? They've probably already committed crimes. So they're going to stick with Trump and hope that he can pull some type of rabbit out of his hat. And that's why he's looking for an actual civil war to start, is so that none of this stuff gets out and he can stay in power. Remember, this is a conspiracy. They know what is in the Epstein files, and it is compromising for Trump. And we all know also, once this, the cat's out of the bag, it's going to come out. It's not going to, maybe weeks, maybe months, but it will come out. And there is nothing that has been done by the Department of Justice, the FBI, or Trump himself that would lead anyone to believe that Trump does not have a tremendous amount of involvement in the Epstein files. Remember, vote blue, embrace liberalism.